Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that answers all your stock-related queries. In case you are watching this show for the first time, well, this is where all the top market experts join in to answer all your stock-specific questions. Ask them away on the WhatsApp number that's flashing on your screens. Don't forget to mention your name, your location and your contact details so that we can also give you an opportunity to speak to our top guests and also take a custom-made advice from them. Alternatively, you can also log in on the YouTube platform where you're watching our show live on and use the comment section there to send us all your questions as well, and we'll be happy to pick up some of them. We'll now be welcoming a guest on the show, but before that, let's look at how the markets are shaping up. A pretty strong start to the week. You have seen 24,000 back on the screen, and now we are at the day's high point, 24,133 on the Nifty. This has been largely led by the banks today. The Nifty Bank, for the first time, has hit 55,000 and 55,390 right now. It's gone on pretty strong. 1,100 points of a jump on the Nifty Bank today. It's a very, very strong surge. This is the index that's really leading all the gains today. 2% higher for the Nifty Bank. We saw for the first time 55,000 getting crossed, then 55,100, 200, and now we are nearing 55,400 as well. Now let's look at all across the board the strong moves on the sectors. All the sectors barring FMCG are in the positive zone. PSU banks leading the show, 2.7% higher. You also have private banks about 2.4% up in trade. Then you also have names within the financial services that are also driving up, 1.5% gains for that one. IT is also doing very well in trade today, 2.5% up. Oil and gas, mid and small caps, across the board we have a very, very strong surge. Let's welcome our guest on board. Nilesh Jain joins in. He's the head and vice president of technicals and derivatives research at Centrum Broking. Warm welcome, Nilesh. Good to have you with us, and what a welcome we have in this new week. Strong move across the board. Nifty, and surprisingly, Nifty Bank has actually gone on to show us newer records.
Very good afternoon, Sakshi. Absolutely. So today is a kind of historic day for the Bank Nifty, where we have seen a new record high coming in. And structure-wise, as we have been saying, that the Bank Nifty structure looks more promising, more attractive compared to the Nifty index. We still believe there is still some more room left on the upside for the Bank Nifty. 56,000 plus kind of levels we are expecting on immediate basis. So buy and decline should be the strategy in the Bank Nifty. So these are the spot levels. Any dip towards 55,000 could be a good entry point, keeping a stop loss below 54,600. Long position can be initiated for upside target of 56,000 to 56,500. Now coming back to Nifty, where today we have seen a good momentum, good breakout about 24,000. Nifty also reclaimed its 200-day moving average. So from here, we are expecting a follow-up move to continue towards 24,400 to 24,500 on from a very short-term perspective, with a stop loss below 24,000. Long position can be initiated in the Nifty as well. Now coming to volatility index, we have seen a sharp decline in the previous week, and at 15.65 it is looking very much in the comfort zone for the bulls. So that is again a positive sign for the market. So overall, just to give you a brief, like broader markets have also started joining the rally. So across the board, buying can be seen. That is again a sentimental boost for the market. So overall, buy and decline should be the strategy that is intact.
Okay, fair point. Nilesh, we already have some first few questions coming in. We'll dive into the questions, come back to you on the markets and where you're seeing opportunities in this, recovery in the markets that we are seeing unfold. We'll take Mohit's question first. He's from Ludhiana. He's written in on our WhatsApp number, says, good morning. Good afternoon to you, Mohit. Hope you're doing well. He has 1,000 shares of State Bank of India at 184 per share. His time horizon is 2 years. He wants you to please guide him. Well, Mohit, first of all, congratulations. What an attractive level that you got an entry into SBI of. Of course, PSU banks are leading the show today. SBI is also up and about in trade, and you can actually see the index also rallying. Banking space is clearly the space to be in, and what an entry that you got. 184 levels, and now you're at 819 on SBI. So you are sitting on huge amount of profits. His time horizon still is 2 years. Should he continue to hold on for higher profits? Should he book out? What exactly would your advice be, Nilesh, to him?
See, first of all, a very good entry, I would say, and he has been holding since a long time. So a good investment in a very right stock that will give you a good yield as well. So State Bank of India, structure wise, it's a good bet to be into from a longer term perspective. Next 2 years, I won't be surprised if we see the levels of 1200 to 1400, or maybe possible that stock has a potential to cross 1500 as well. So stay put, keep keep your trailing stop loss, which is currently placed at 700. So with the stop loss below 700, long position can be held. And from a very short term perspective, we are expecting a momentum towards 900. And from a positional perspective, 1400 to 1500 kind of levels can be seen. And within PSU banks, it is one of the heavyweight, and we also have this particular stock in our coverage list as well. So stay put, keep trailing stop loss, and we expect momentum to continue.
Expect momentum to continue. Okay, got that. We'll keep an eye out on that too. Well, now let's take some other questions that are coming in from our viewers. We have. We have one question from Maurya from Bengaluru. He has bought CDSL's call option, a 1330 call option at the rate of 5.9. He wants you to suggest a stop loss as well as an outlook on CDSL. Brokering houses stocks also actually doing well today. Capital markets also in focus, and therefore you can see across the board rally also unfolding on this one. An erstwhile wealth creator, 1294 current levels. What do you have to foresee on this one?
CDSL, a good breakout can be seen today, and as you have rightly pointed out, that all exchange-related stocks have witnessed a good move. BSE hit a new record high. CDSL has been one of the laggard, but now looking at the breakout coming in, that's what we are witnessing today. We expect a follow-up move in CDSL towards the levels of 1350 to 1400, and today we have seen huge amount of short covering as well. So good breakout coming in on technical front. So stay put with your call position. And as far as underlying is concerned, as mentioned, 1330 to 1350 are the levels we are expecting. So keep a stick stop loss in the underlying, which is currently placed at 1270. So if it breaks below 1270, exit your call option. And till then, stay with your long position in the CDSL for upside target of 1350 to 1380.
Okay, fair point. We'll keep that in mind too. Let's take the next one. This one is from Samvit Nageshwar. Says, good afternoon. I'm holding, his question is, I'm holding on Infosys shares. 10 shares of Infosys at an average price of 1233. I've been holding since May of 2023, and I need to know whether I can continue to consider, looking at this stock, holding on to it, adding more stocks at this point in time, or should I wait? Okay, there is an uptick post the earnings on Infosys, 2.7% higher today, 1458 kind of levels can be seen. But off late, over the last few weeks or so, what we've seen, Nilesh, is that Infosys and other IT stocks have actually had a painful period. They were the whipping boys because of the tariff talk. But what do you have to say on Infosys now?
Infosys, before that, we should look at the Nifty IT index as well, because a lot of underperformance was seen from the IT space. Now, good part of today's recovery in the market is that IT is supporting. So, support from the IT is very much required for Nifty to keep the momentum going. As of now, currently, Nifty IT index is somewhere around 34,280, and we are expecting this pullback to continue towards 35,000 to 36,000. So from a short term perspective, we expect IT stocks to witness a momentum. And as far as positional levels are concerned, he seems to be holding since a long time, almost more than 2 years now. So from a longer term perspective, I think these are the good levels to average your position, and a fresh long position can be initiated as well, but time horizon should be more than 1.5 to 2 year. So with that kind of horizon, we expect Infosys to move towards 1700 to 1800 or 2000 kind of levels can be seen as well. So at present, risk and reward looks attractive for a positional bet. Purely from trading perspective as well, we are expecting a pullback to continue. So stay put with a long position, keep a trailing stop loss at 1300.
Fair point. We'll definitely keep that in tow. Let's look at some of the other questions. Okay, Vinita Gupta writes and says, good afternoon, Sakshi. Good afternoon to you also, Vinita. Hope you're doing well. She says, could you please suggest targets on some of the stocks within the banking space like PNB and Bank of Baroda? what would you suggest as trading, target levels, if you could suggest for PNB and for Bank of Baroda?
All right. So PSU banks have started the momentum of late, and we expect PSU banks to do well from a short-term perspective. So as far as Bank of Baroda is concerned, it is one of our preferred bet as well within PSU banking space. So we are expecting a short-term target on this particular counter towards 265 to 270. And 240 should be the stop loss. So purely from a very short-term perspective, trading point of view, 265 to 270 can be seen. Now, coming to PNB, a similar structure can be seen in the PNB as well, but it is one of the underperformer within the PSU basket, PSU banking basket. But as of now, it has an immediate hurdle at 105. So ideally, one should exit the long position at 105. If it breaks and sustain above 105, then there could be possibility of a follow-up move towards 110 to 115. Keep a trailing stop loss at 98 and stay put here as well. But at 105, you should review.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has answered your question, Vinita. Next, we are taking Ratna Prabha's number. She says, good afternoon, Sakshi. I am from Mumbai. Hi, Ratna. Good afternoon to you. She says, could you please let me know about Godrej Properties? I have 9 shares at an average level of 2,900 for the past 200 days odd. What exactly should my strategy be? Okay, finally, some ticks on the higher side on the real estate pack. Of late, they were also consolidating, but real estate has had pretty good last 2 or 3 odd years, and Godrej Properties has also performed very well in the previous rally that we actually saw. Today, the stock is up by 2.5% odd at about 2,039. But since you bought it at a higher level at 2,900, we are going to get you a view from Nilesh. Nilesh, any signs of a recovery on Godrej Properties, or still 2,900 would be far-fetched? What exactly should be the strategy?
See, first of all, if you look at realty pack, within realty space, a couple of counters that are looking strong. Lodha is one of them. Lodha is looking one of the strongest structure within the realty pack, and we are expecting a move towards 1400 to 1500. But coming back to Godrej Properties, bought it at very high level. We have seen a good correction now. It seems like it is forming a good base formation. So there could be possibility of a pullback towards 2200 to 2300. So these are the short to medium term levels on the upside. But keep a tight stop loss somewhere around 1890. 1890 is a very strong support. And looking at the overall structure from a position perspective, if somebody gives some time like more than 1 year, then I think there could be possibility of a stock to rebound towards 2800 to 3000 as well. But for that, one should have a time horizon of 1 year plus. It's a good bet to play, but purely from a momentum perspective, Lodha and Prestige look attractive, and from a position perspective, Godrej Properties and DLF can be accumulated.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has answered your question, Ratna, on the entire real estate story. Do let us know in case that you have any other question on this one. Let's take another question. This one is from Swati from Jalandhar. She's writing on our WhatsApp, and she says on Ujjivan Small Finance Bank she needs a view, and the second view she wants on Den Network as well. First, let's take Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. Here she has a position at 45 levels. She wants to know whether she can continue to hold or should she sell. And the other one is Den Networks, which she has invested in at the rate of 38.
Even small finance bank, recently we saw a good breakout in this particular counter. So there could be possibility of a further momentum to continue towards 46 to 46.5. So stay put with your long position, keep a trailing stop loss at 43.1, and the momentum looks strong. We may see a follow-up move to continue in this particular counter. Now, Den, which is currently at 34 rupees, if I'm not
Yes.
wrong. Now,
Yes.
now Den is also witnessing some bit of a base formation, and purely from a pullback perspective, we are expecting a pullback move towards 35 to 35 and a half, or maybe 36 kind of levels can be seen. But do not expect any major up move from a short term perspective. Keep a trailing stop at 32.5 and stay put purely from a pullback perspective.
Okay, fair point. We'll definitely keep that in our minds too. Let's look at the next question. This one is from Chandan Jain. He's from Hubli in Karnataka. Hi, Chandan. He says, I have Scafin Technology, 600 shares at 600 is the level at which he has invested in. 50 shares is what he holds. And he wants to know whether 1600 kind of levels can actually come in, or what exactly should be his profit booking level that he should be looking at.
See, looking at the overall structure, the stock has given a good momentum, already has given close to 100% gain in the position. But looking at the structure, there's still some more room left on the upside. 1500 to 1600 seems likely, but for
Okay.
that, you need to give some more time of, let's say, 8 to 12 months kind of time horizon. Then stay put with your long position, keep a trailing stop loss at 980, and the stock structure looks strong. And purely from a trading perspective as well, we are expecting a momentum towards 1280 to 1350. But positionally, the stock has a potential to test 1500 to 1600 in next 6 to 8 months.
Fair point. So we'll keep in mind that K FinTech is a long-term story. Keep an eye out on it for the next 1 year or so if you can hold on, because you're already sitting on profits. There is a suggestion of both stop loss as well as 1500, 1600. What you're also looking at is possible, but you need to give that time frame of about 12 odd months. But so far, it looks like around 1200 kind of levels and beyond can also be seen in the near term. Let's take next question. This is Sana from Bihar. Says, hi Sakshi and hi Nilesh sir. Could you please give your view on Suzlon? I bought this stock at 52. What is the outlook? Again, renewable energy stocks, wind energy stocks, they are in focus today. Both Inox Wind and Suzlon are actually doing very well after a long haul, again getting into momentum. Now around 57, 58 odd levels. 59 now coming in, 7% surge today. Volumes are strong. What exactly, Nilesh, would you advise on this one? Sitting on profits from 52 till 58, can one continue to hold on?
Absolutely. So today we are witnessing a spurt in this particular counter of over 7%. And also we have seen a good breakout coming in with a good price and volume action. So looking at the structure, looks like the stock is likely to move towards 62 to 64. So from a very short term perspective, 60 to 64 kind of levels can be seen, and keep a trailing stop loss at 57. With the stop loss below 57, long position can be held, and momentum can take this particular counter towards 62 to 64.
Okay, got that. Let's take another one. Okay, we have this Manoj Bhai Kapadia writing in to us for a question. BSC शेयर्स इनके पास है, लगातार बहुत सारे कैपिटल मार्केट्स के स्टॉक्स के ऊपर सवाल आ रहे हैं आज, तो बीएससी के इनके पास 5600 के भाव पर शेयर्स हैं, यानी कि अभी ये प्रॉफिट में आज भी 6% ऊपर हो गया है, स्टॉक 62 69 पर है, और इन्होंने लिखा है कि अभी ये प्रॉफिट बुक करके निकल जाए या फिर अभी भी बने रहे। तो ये जो फ्रेश मूव स्टार्ट हुआ है निलेश, क्या बीएससी पर भी सस्टेन कर सकता है?
बिल्कुल साक्षी, देखिए काफी बेहतरीन चार्ट स्ट्रक्चर है बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज बीएसई का,
जी।
और खरीदारी काफी अच्छे लेवल पर की है, मोमेंटम को अच्छा प्ले किया है। अब यहाँ पे सबसे पहले तो इन्हें 5900 का एक टेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस लगाना है। अगर थोड़ा समय दे तो स्टॉक में पोटेंशियल है कि 7000 तक के लेवल टेस्ट कर सकता है। 6258 फिलहाल ट्रेड हो रहा है, बट उसके लिए थोड़ा सा समय देना होगा, और अपने स्टॉप लॉस को ट्रेल करते जाएं। अगर काउंटर 64 65 तक जाता है तो अपने स्टॉप लॉस को 6200 पर लेकर आए। बट मेरे ख्याल से 7000 तक के लेवल ये पर्टिकुलर काउंटर बहुत जल्द छू सकता है। प्योरली फ्रॉम अ शॉर्ट टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव 600 से 6500 तक लेवल देखने को मिल सकते हैं, तो अपनी पोजीशन में बने रहें, ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस लगाएं, और काउंटर का स्ट्रक्चर काफी स्ट्रांग है।
Okay, got that. Let's take the next question. This question is from Rupesh Agarwal. He is writing on Zomato, and he has around 1800 shares at the rate of 218 on Zomato. He also has another stock, Orient Cement. He bought this stock at 342. Now, this one also and Zomato as well. He's holding for the short term now, Nilesh. For the absolute short term, what would your guidance be on A, Zomato, and second, Orient Cement?
Well, Zomato has faced multiple resistances. First of all, 240 is the immediate hurdle. So
Yeah.
from current level, we may see some momentum to continue towards 240. But if it breaks 240 levels, then 255 to 260 can be seen from a very short-term perspective. So stay put with the long position. Keep a stop loss at 221. And if bought it from a very short-term perspective, then 240 could be a good exit point. Now coming to Orient Cement, here as well, we have seen a good momentum in the recent time. Overall, cement pack as a whole looks positive from a short-term perspective. Ambuja Cement, we have seen a good spurt. So Orient Cement may see a follow-up move towards 365 to 370. Ideal profit-taking range could be in the zone of 370 to 375. Keep a stop loss at 353 and stay put here as well.
Stay put here as well. I hope, Rupesh, this has answered your question on both the stocks that you are holding on. Let's take another question. This is from Kamlesh Narkhede. Hi, Sakshi, he says, Hi, Kamlesh ji, कैसे हैं आप? ABB, ITC Hotels, ये दो स्टॉक्स के ऊपर इनका सवाल है. पहला, ये दोनों पर ही जानना चाहते हैं कि लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए क्या दोनों ही स्टॉक्स को अभी इस लेवल पर खरीदारी की जा सकती है या नहीं. ABB इंडिया और ITC होटल्स जो कि डीमर्ज्ड एंटिटी था, इन दोनों के शेयर्स पर देखकर बताइए क्या करंट लेवल्स पर खरीदारी बनती है.
बिल्कुल, देखिए सबसे पहले आईटीसी होटल, इसके डेटा काफी लिमिटेड हैं, तो लॉन्ग टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव से कहना बहुत मुश्किल होगा. बट जो भी डेटा मेरे सामने है वो ये इंडिकेट कर रहा है कि काउंटर में अंडरटोन काफी स्ट्रांग है और ये यहाँ से 250 280 तक के लेवल्स शॉर्ट टू मीडियम टर्म में दिखा सकता है. तो अच्छा स्टॉक है. विद इन होटल स्पेस हमने ऑलरेडी काफी अच्छा मोमेंटम देखा है. लॉन्ग टर्म के पर्सपेक्टिव से दो प्रेफर्ड बेट है, इंडियन होटल और आईटीसी होटल. सो दोनों ही स्टॉक का स्ट्रक्चर पॉजिटिव है. यहाँ पर लॉन्ग पोजीशन बना के चल सकते हैं. ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस यहाँ पे 185 का लगाना होगा. लॉन्ग पोजीशन है तो बने रहे. इसके अलावा एबीबी, देखिए यहाँ पर अगर हम कैप गुड सेक्टर एज अ होल देखें, सारे ही एमएनसी स्टॉक्स में हमने काफी अच्छा करेक्शन देखा है. अब यहाँ से रिस्क एंड रिवॉर्ड काफी फेवरेबल है. 5000 के आसपास का बेस फॉर्मेशन बना है और ऊपरी तरफ पर काउंटर में जगह है कि 6500, 7000 और 7500 तक के भी लेवल पोजिशनल लिहाज से हमें देखने को मिल सकते हैं. तो बिल्कुल इस पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक में भी निवेश करके चल सकते हैं. टाइम होराइजन 1 साल से लंबे का हो तो बिल्कुल यहाँ पर निवेश करें. 5000 का स्टॉप लॉस लगाएं. 7000 और 7500 के ऊपर ही काउंटर निकल सकता है.
ओके, फेयर पॉइंट. चलिए, यहाँ पर भी आपको राय मिल गई है. नेक्स्ट लेट्स टेक अनदर क्वेश्चन. और ये हमारे पास सवाल आया है अवधेश ठाकुर का, और ये लिखते हैं अपोलो माइक्रो सिस्टम्स पर फ्रेश एंट्री करना चाहते हैं मीडियम टू लॉन्ग टर्म के नज़रिए से. तो यहाँ पर क्या राय बनेगी? अपोलो माइक्रो सिस्टम्स के ऊपर भी देख लेते हैं अभी किस तरीके का चार्ट यहाँ पर देखने को मिल रहा है. फिलहाल 120 पर अभी देखने को मिल रहा है. माइल्ड ऊपर है आज के जो लेवल्स देखने को मिल रहे हैं. और पिछले अगर आप 5 दिनों में बात करें तो 6% तक का मूव ज़रूर आया है. तो अभी एकदम मूवमेंट शुरू हुआ है. पिछले 1 महीने में नीचे था थोड़ा 3-4% तक के आसपास, और 6 महीने में पिछले 25% की तेज़ी हमने ऑलरेडी देखी है. अपोलो माइक्रो सिस्टम्स, नीलेश जी, कैसा लगता है आपको?
देखिए शॉर्ट टर्म के लिहाज से स्ट्रक्चर पॉजिटिव नजर आता है. करेक्शन हम ऑलरेडी देख चुके हैं. उसके बाद काउंटर एक पुल बैक दिखाने का अटेम्प्ट कर रहा है. तो ये पुल बैक थोड़ा कंटिन्यू होगा अगर काउंटर 125 के ऊपर निकलता है तो. और स्ट्रक्चर इतना प्रॉमिसिंग नहीं नजर आ रहा है कि इस पे थोड़ा पोजीशन लिहाज से कोई व्यू लेके चला जाए. बट ट्रेडिंग के लिहाज से 110 का स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट है और 125 के ऊपर निकलने के बाद 135 140 तक के लेवल देखने को मिल सकते हैं जहां पर मुनाफा बांध लेना चाहिए. बट फिलहाल के लिए बने रहें. 110 का स्टॉप लॉस लगाएं और शॉर्ट टर्म के लिहाज से इसको प्ले करके चल सकते हैं.
ओके, शॉर्ट टर्म के लिहाज से इसको प्ले करके चल सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट लेट्स टेक अनदर क्वेश्चन. दिस वन इज़ फ्रॉम वन ऑफ आवर व्यूअर्स ऑन आवर व्हाट्सएप. ये सवाल है हमारे पास जीनल शाह का, अहमदाबाद से. ये लिखते हैं और आई वांट टू नो वेदर आई कैन सेल पतंजलि फूड्स एंड एजैक्स इंजीनियरिंग. ओके, चलिए देखते हैं इनके जो शेयर्स हैं वो किस लेवल पर अभी चल रहे हैं. और पतंजलि फूड्स का लेवल अभी 1970 है. आज वीक है, आज के बाज़ार में भी माइल्ड वीकनेस है. पिछले 6 दिनों में एटलीस्ट 6 से 7% तक का मूव ज़रूर आया है. 1 महीने में 11-12% चढ़ा है और पिछले 6 महीने में भी अराउंड 11% तक का सर्ज है. ज़्यादातर जो सर्ज आया है पिछले 1 महीने में, एक मोमेंटम में ये स्टॉक आया है. आपने लेवल्स यहाँ पर नहीं बताए हैं कि किस लेवल पर आपने ख़रीदा हुआ है, तो वो अगर पता चल जाता तो हमारे गेस्ट के लिए आसान होता बताने के लिए कि इस लेवल पर आपको एग्ज़िट कर लेना चाहिए या फिर नहीं। लेकिन ओवरऑल एक व्यू जान लेते हैं नीलेश से। और दूसरा स्टॉक इनका है एजैक्स इंजीनियरिंग, 717 पर अभी चल रहा है, 2.3% तक का अप मूव है आज। इन दोनों के नियर टर्म आउटलुक को देखकर बता दीजिए नीलेश जी, क्या लगता है अभी आपको?
बिल्कुल देखिए, सबसे पहले अगर हम पतंजलि फूड्स इस पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक पे नजर डालें, ओवरऑल आउटलुक काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग नजर आ रहा है, क्योंकि काउंटर ने हाल फिलहाल ही एक नए रिकॉर्ड हाई बनाए थे। इनफैक्ट
ठीक है।
पिछले सप्ताह हमने एक नया रिकॉर्ड हाई देखा था, और ये नया हाई एक कंसोलिडेशन के बाद आया है, जो कि पिछले 7 से 8 महीनों का काफी लंबा कंसोलिडेशन चला था। उसके बाद ये ब्रेकआउट हमें देखने को मिल रहा है। तो यहाँ पर काउंटर में जगह है कि 2200 से 2400 तक के लेवल हमें देखने को मिल सकते हैं। लॉन्ग पोजीशन है और थोड़ा सा पोजिशनल नजरिया है, तो बिल्कुल बने रहने की सलाह होगी। 1910 का स्टॉप लॉस लगाना होगा। अगर ट्रेडिंग के पर्सपेक्टिव से लिया हुआ है और मुनाफा करंट लेवल पर हो रहा है, तो एक बार के लिए बांध सकते हैं, क्योंकि काउंटर थोड़ा सा नीचे आ सकता है। बट पोजिशनली व्यू काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग नजर आ रहा है इस पर्टिकुलर काउंटर पर। 2200 से 2400 तक के लेवल हमें देखने को मिल सकते हैं। इसके अलावा एजेक्स इंजीनियरिंग यहाँ पर डेटा लिमिटेड है, हाल फिलहाल की लिस्टिंग नजर आ रही है, बट स्ट्रक्चर पॉजिटिव है। 760 780 तक का मूव हमें यहाँ पे देखने को मिल सकता है। 690 के स्टॉप लॉस से लॉन्ग पोजीशन है तो बने रह सकते हैं।
ओके, गॉट दैट। चलिए, यहाँ पर भी आपको राय मिल चुकी है कि किस तरीके से आपको आगे बढ़ना है इस स्टॉक के ऊपर। आगे बढ़ते हैं और एक अगला सवाल ले लेते हैं। इनफैक्ट आखिरी सवाल लेते हैं नीलेश जी से। लोगों के सवाल तो बहुत हो गए, लेकिन नीलेश, आप अपनी पसंद से बताइए, इस तेज़ी के बाज़ार में आपने कहीं पसंदीदा स्टॉक्स को चुना है जहां पर आपको लगता है कि अब यहाँ मोमेंटम शुरू हो गया है और बढ़िया तेज़ी अब देखने को मिल सकती है? कुछ 1 से 2 स्टॉक्स आपकी तरफ से भी।
बिल्कुल साक्षी, देखिए सबसे पहले तो एनबीएफसी स्पेस, यहाँ पर मैं कहूँगा फाइनेंशियल स्पेस को एज अ होल अगर हम देखें, तो लगातार हमने पिछले कुछ दिनों से एक मोमेंटम वहां पर दिखा है, और बैंक निफ्टी वैसे ही आउट परफॉर्म कर रहा है। तो स्ट्रक्चर वाइज फाइनेंशियल पर फोकस करने की सलाह होगी। यहाँ पे पिरामल एंटरप्राइज एक पर्टिकुलर काउंटर है, जहाँ पे काफी अच्छा ब्रेकआउट फॉलिंग ट्रेंड लाइन का हमें आता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। तो एक फॉलोअप मूव इस पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक को 1050 से 1080 तक की जोन में ले जा सकता है। विद स्टॉप लॉस बिलो 1000 पिरामल एंटरप्राइज को लॉन्ग करके चल सकते हैं। इसके अलावा जो दूसरा स्टॉक हमारे डार पर आया है, रियल्टी स्पेस का हम जिक्र कर रहे थे। इस स्पेस में से लोधा, इस पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक का स्ट्रक्चर काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग है। एक कंसोलिडेशन के बाद स्टॉक ने अपने सारे शॉर्ट टर्म एंड लॉन्ग टर्म मूविंग एवरेज इसको क्रॉस कर दिया है। अब यहाँ पे 1320 से लेके 1350 तक की अपसाइड यहाँ देखने को मिल सकती है। 1270 का स्टॉप लॉस रखना होगा, और लोधा इस पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक को लॉन्ग करके चल सकते हैं।
ओके, फेयर पॉइंट। चलिए, यहाँ पर भी सभी दर्शकों के लिए 2 स्टॉक आइडियाज़ बताए हैं नीलेश जी ने, और इनको आप डेफिनेटली नोट डाउन करके चलें, जहाँ पर एक तेज़ी का माहौल बन सकता है, प्रॉफिट्स आपके बन सकते हैं। नीलेश जी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमारे सभी दर्शकों के सवालों के जवाब देने के लिए, मार्केट्स पर आउटलुक शेयर करने के लिए। ये जो रिकवरी आई है, उम्मीद करते हैं जैसे कि आपने बताया है कि एक मूव कंटिन्यूड रह सकता है, और तेज़ी के माहौल में अगर जहाँ पर भी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ होंगी, आप लगातार इसी तरीके से आकर हमारे दर्शकों का उत्साह भी बढ़ाइए और उनको बताइए भी कि किस तरीके से बाजार में इस समय पार्टिसिपेट करना है। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया जुड़ने के लिए। व्यूअर्स, नाउ वील गेट इनटू द सेकंड सेगमेंट ऑफ आवर शो डेली कॉल्स, एंड वील नाउ इनवाइट अनदर गेस्ट हु इज joining in. We have Mr. Kranti Batini now joining in, Director of Research at Wealth Mill Securities. A warm welcome, Mr. Batini. Good to have you with us. And on a day when everything is shining bright green, tell us, what exactly do you look at into the markets? Do you think the worst is behind? Are we on a course correcting zone? We are back above 24,000 levels. What does it mean for an average retail investor?
Actually, good afternoon to you. Yeah, we are discussing on a day where Nifty is outperforming in the Asian indices, and
Yes.
Nifty decisively passing way above 24,000 level. What a phenomenal comeback on Indian market. That shows the resilience of Indian markets. What changed the scenario? There is a complete change of narrative of Indian markets and the perception on Indian markets in the global equity market space. The one thing is the narratives of uh, uh, emerging markets. In the emerging market space, India is taking the lead again right now, and all the fund managers turned positive with respect to this is just like a grace in the disguise. Okay, that's what India is taking the lead at this point of time, and the current tariff war is India is a nation where it got less impacted at this point of time. That's where the India's domestic consumption is leading the foreign portfolio flows back to India. That's where currently we are standing at 24,000 level. But if you ask me, the worst is behind. No, we need to see how the global scenario is going to change because the narratives are changing very quickly. So one need to be vigilant at this point of time due to the uncertainty in the global trade. That's where the key cause of concern still lingering on all the equity universe. But Indian markets, by and large, we taken the advantage in the this entire bargain of tariff war, and we are in the earning season. Of course, despite of some kind of a negativity that came from IT index, the banking and financial services. That's where the outperformance is coming. The banking and financial services, Sakshi, if you remember, we have been advocating the investors to
Absolutely.
encourage banking and financial services. That's where the outperformance is coming at this point of time and leading the markets to stay above 24,000 levels.
Absolutely. Mr. Patini, that's why we are seeing more and more questions come in from our viewers today. They want to all participate in this rally yet again. Probably their confidence coming back into the markets after months of, pain and consolidation that they have been seeing. So we'll straight away dive into some questions coming in for you. Satyan writes in from Tichur. He says, almost all my portfolio stocks are now green except for one. Amara Raja, that's on an 11% loss. I want to know what exactly should my strategy be. Should I hold on to this one for at least one more year? And what exactly would you advise, or should I switch from this stock? Amara Raja batteries.
With respect to the Amar Raja battery is concerned, Sakshi, first of all, the investor should know price should not change the perception on the stocks. Price is one of the key driver, but the earnings and the fundamentals that drives the stock. With respect to Amar Raja battery is concerned, the stock went into the range of 18,000. The stock price, what you see is something. There's some technical glitch, but the stock is in a consolidation phase right now. Amar Raja batteries are concerned. Uh, the stocks, in terms of the fundamentals are concerned, they are intact. But the current quarter results are crucial for Amar Raja battery. Since the investors have a time horizon of a year, you can hold on to the stock. The stock touched a range of 1800, and currently it's in a consolidation phase. Definitely, you can hold on to the stock.
Hold on to this stock. That's the advice that's coming for you on Amara Raja Energy and Mobility at this point in time. Let's take the next one. Okay, we have this question from one of our viewers who's from Kolkata. Momita writes in and she says, I have Kotak Mahindra Bank in my portfolio since last 1.5 years. I'm now sitting on a 26% profit. I want to know whether it's the right time for me to book my profits or should I hold on? Well, Mr. Batini, you did mention in your opening comments that you've been advising on our channel banks and financials is a safe space to be in. And finally, people are reaping the benefits. Banks are performing, giving them returns. The question is it enough or should one continue to hold on for more returns? Kotak Mahindra Bank for you.
If the investor is a long-term investor, definitely one can hold on because there is a breakout in these stocks in terms of the technical are concerned. But what we can expect, the worst is behind for banking and financial services sector, and we continue to do outperformance in the banking and financial stocks in the coming quarters also. But one need to, if the investor have a very short-term view, she can take probably if she is happy with the 30% return, she can take some profit from the table. Otherwise, she can hold on for the longer term. Still, we can see there are much more legs of rally for banking and BFSI is concerned.
Absolutely. Okay. Hopefully, Momita, this has answered your question. Next, we have this question from Vijay Simha Reddy. He says, hi Sakshi, hi Vijay, how are you? He says, I'm having Gravita India in my portfolio, sitting on a 9% loss at the current levels. I want a fundamental view on this, and also whether this stock is good enough to be doing a sip on for every year. I can hold for about 4 years per se. Could you please suggest Gravita India, currently at 1980 odd levels? In the last 1 month, there's a 10% surge on the stock, but last 6 months I've seen about a 20% loss on the in the ongoing consolidation that we actually saw in the stock. But in the last 1 year, if you see, the stock has actually doubled investors' money. 100% of a surge has already been seen if you absolutely stretch the charts to 1 year. Gravita India for you, sir, what would you advise?
Actually, in terms of the valuations of Gravita India is concerned, a little bit stretched at this point of time. We need to see the next coming quarters how the earning traction that's going to be. But if you further stretch your charts of 3 4 years, the stock rallied from a range of 100 rupees actually. So it's been a 20 bagger for the investors who have been investing in the stock patiently. So there's some kind of consolidation is inevitable. If the investor is a long-term investor, he can hold on to the stock at this point of time. But next couple of quarters, results are extremely crucial for this space is concerned.
Okay, let's take another one. This one is from our YouTube that we are getting some questions. Satyanarayan Rao Kulkarni says, hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Rao Kulkarni. How are you? Says, can I add Bajaj Finserv at the current levels for the next 3 to 6 months? So along with the banks from the financial services NBFC space, he wants to choose Bajaj Finserv as a fresh investment idea for next 6 months. How would you look at it?
With respect to Bajaj Finserv is concerned, it's a multi-year high, Sakshi, at this point of time. Given the kind of positivity in the financial services are concerned, he can hold on to the stock and he can add on dips with respect to Bajaj Finserv is concerned.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next question. We have Vivek from Kerala writing in. I'm holding gold Bs at the rate of 61. I'm sitting, it's now at 80, so I have about 30% profit. I want to know, is it a good time to book profit or should I continue to hold? I have a 3-year time horizon. Well, yes, all that glitters is continuing to be gold because there is 96,700 mark on gold now as of MCX gold that we are talking about. So those that got an entry even on a later aspect are actually sitting on a good 30% profit on gold base. Mr. Patini, what would you suggest on gold?
Yes, actually, you are absolutely correct. All the glitters are turning gold only right now,
Yeah.
yeah, if these kind of the tariff logjam continues, and if the geopolitical tensions, if they are continued to be sustained, don't get surprised if gold crossing 1 lakh level also. Okay, so he can hold on. He can hold on as long as this fear and uncertainty definitely will make the gold to shine
Yes.
further.
Absolutely. Ankur Modi writes in, says, hi Sakshi, how are you doing? I'm very well, Ankur, and I hope the same for you. He says, finally some stability in the markets and hope that continues. Hoping the same, Ankur. Like you said, we are keeping our fingers crossed. He wants to know, could you please give me a view on Gabriel India and on TBO Tech at the current levels? Can these stocks be really looked at from the long-term perspective? Let's pull up Gabriel India first on our screens for all our viewers to really see. Gabriel India currently is trading at 578, a 3.5% of a surge. Last 6 months odd, we have seen a 33% rally, on Gabriel India. And even in the last 1 year, 67% of a move has been seen. So slowly and gradually, the stock has actually been inching up from last April 345 levels onwards to all the way up to 580 where it is currently trading at. Gabriel India is the first one, and the second one is TBO Tech. Mr. Patini.
With respect to Gabriel India is concerned, Sakshi, you can hold on to the stock, and this quarterly earnings are crucial for Gabriel India. Last few quarters, the results have been flattish kind of a thing, but due to their dominance in the space of shock absorbers, space is concerned, the stock has been outperforming in the recent past, he can hold on to the position for a medium to longer term perspective. With respect to TBO Tech is concerned, the stock is in the consolidation phase after the recent correction after touching 1900 level. He can hold on to the stock at this point of time.
Okay, fair point. Hopefully, this has answered your question, Ankur. Next, we have Satya writing in. He says, could you please suggest if Paradip phosphates can still be bought at the current levels over the next 1 years to 1.5 years time frame, and whether the rally can continue on this stock? If you could please suggest for 1 to 1.5 years time frame on Paradip phosphates. 137 is the current level, Kranti sir.
Yeah, Sakshi, the stock recently rallied from a range of 90 levels. So, by and large, it is cyclical in nature, given the anticipation of the good monsoon, make this stock to outperform in the coming few quarters. But one can hold on to the stock. Any kind of fresh entry is concerned, but any strong dip, okay, one can add on to the Paradip phosphates. But I'm not in a hurry to, or not a great favorite of this sector,
Okay.
this area is concerned. It's just a short-term momentum play kind of a thing, just for a couple of quarters.
Okay, couple of quarters the momentum could be sustained. Let's look at the next one. Mr. Chandrahas writes in, he says, I have bought Bharti Airtel at the rate of 1520. Now it's moved to all-time high levels. I want to know whether I should wait for some more correction to buy, or can I even enter for some more stocks and position at the current levels as well. So first purchase was at somewhere around 1520. Now he wants to purchase more. Is the current level okay?
He can add on dips, Sakshi. There would be a consolidation in the market whenever there is a consolidation. Just wait for the results, and definitely the global knee-jerk reactions will make the stock to give some kind of entry levels in the coming weeks or months. So at that point of time, he can add. But given the fundamental nature of telecommunication at this point of time, Bharti Airtel is much well positioned to take the advantage. ARPUs are going up. And given the duopoly nature of this market, Bharti Airtel is a strong beneficiary in this entire telecom play.
Okay, taking the next question now. Atul writes in from Gurgaon. He says, could you please advise on Fortis Healthcare? I bought this stock at 178. I have 15,000 shares. I want to know, can I continue to hold on to this stock for the absolute long term? Fortis Healthcare for you, currently at 656. He got an entry at 178, so sitting on strong profits. Atul, congratulations on that. Let's see whether it makes sense for you to continue to hold on for higher profits, or should you book out. What exactly is the suggestion that you would have, Mr. Patini?
Sakshi, with respect to the healthcare is concerned, last 1 month, this is one of the outperforming sector, given the kind of domestic centric of nature of this sector. So healthcare can be remaining focused for the investors, because this sector is much more insulated from any kind of these tariff war or global shocks are concerned. So that is the reason we can see the healthcare stocks outperformed in the past 15 days or past month is concerned. If the investor is a long-term investor, he can hold on. Of course, he's a long-term investor. But when a stock becomes a six bagger, or better to take some profit from the table, and remaining he can stay invested. Always, when any stock become a multi-bagger, okay, taking some profit, taking back the capital and leaving the remaining as a bonus, okay, can be a good strategy to overcome the, given the kind of uncertain nature of the current volatile nature of the market is concerned.
Okay, fair point. Hope this has also helped you understand a little better as far as your own position is concerned. Let's look at the next one. This one is from Nitin. He says, I want to make a fresh entry in Samvardhan Motherson. Is it the right time? Auto stocks, we all know, and auto parts as well have been pretty dicey amidst all this tariff talk that has been ongoing. Samvardhan Motherson has been an outperformer of the recent previous rally that we saw. What would you say now at 131 levels, Kranti sir?
Uh, with respect to somewhat the Mother Sumi is concerned, Sakshi, they have a very wide, diversified model. I can say it's a purely a Indian MNC operates from different geographies. Okay, so they have a nominal impact by and large. It's a global play, somewhat than Madan Sumi is concerned. So if the investor is a really a long-term investor, one can buy at dips and wait onto the stock at this point of time. It's a global play, much diversified one, so they can take the advantage of the current ongoing tariff. Also, they can increase production in one plant, and the remaining plants they can do the adjustments. That's what the advantage Motherson have.
Okay, for a point. You know, another question on a similar lines that we have from Namita Arora says, Hi Sakshi, how are you doing? I'm very well, Namita. Good to see you back. And I guess markets give you that encouragement to come back only when they are higher. So we see you missing when the markets are not in a good mood. Finally, you're coming out with more questions on the stock market. So good to see you back. Uno Minda is something that she wants to know about, Mr. Patini. Whether this stock can be bought at the current levels. What would you advise?
With respect to fresh buying is concerned, Sakshi, if the stock stay above 900 level, okay, one can add for the any kind of momentum play is concerned. With respect to investing is concerned, okay, any dips one can buy the stock.
Okay, fair point. Hopefully, Namita, this has answered your question. Mohit writes in, says, Ma'am, I have Geo Finance 2,000 shares at the price of 254. Can you please suggest for the next 2 years any target that I could look at for Geo Finance?
Actually, with respect to the results are for geofinance, okay, they have been flattish. Okay, there is a lot of anticipation with respect to geofinancials are concerned in the retail investors. So just wait and observe the developments that are taking place, and whatever be the discussions that do take place, the kind of foray into mutual funds and other financial avenues are concerned, how these entire initiations turn out to be the revenue generators. That's where the market has been anticipating. That is the reason the stock is in a consolidation phase right now. If the investor is given the kind of a strong pedigree, geo financial, uh, if the investor is a really a long-term investor, she can hold on.
Okay, got that. Let's take another one. This is Aman S. Aneja writing in. Hi, Sakshi. Hi, Aman. How are you? He says, I need a view on two stocks, NetWeb Technologies and on Anantraj, where the results are going to be coming in today. He already holds a position on both these stocks. NetWeb, he has at 1810, and Anantraj, he has at 550. What's the view that you would have on both these stocks? Remember, these two stocks in tandem had reacted negatively just in a recent correction when there was this deep seek, information that had exploded. That caused a lot of drop onto these stocks, but slowly and gradually they're coming back in momentum. NetWeb and Anantraj, Mr. Patini?
Yeah, Sakshi, these stocks were in a momentum zone. And in fact, these stocks have been outperforming in the past 6 months, kind of thing. The recent shakeup of this entire space of AI and the technology is concerned, the technology stocks meltdown is concerned. Okay, and IT stocks also in a consolidation phase. The same kind of impact is there on NetWeb and Anantraj. But Anantraj is more about a data center play, and it have the advantage of Indian data centers gaining some more prominence. So Anantraj, okay, he can buy at dips at this point of time and hold on to the position. With respect to the NetWeb is concerned, the stock has corrected to the range of 1300 and currently around 1500 range. He can expect from this level also, from 1900 2000 level can be expected with respect to NetWeb is concerned. But just closely observe how the quarterly results are going to be panning out for these stocks. By and large, Indian play of for network kind of thing, and the data center play is much more insulated when compared to the entire tech space is concerned.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also answered your question. Well, in the end, I'll just ask Mr. Batini your own choice. Like I always ask you, which is a big ask from all our viewers always, to get the best out of our top market experts in this recovery. Which is that one stock that you are looking at for a potential recovery and strong returns?
Yeah, Sakshi, banking and financial services, the worst is
Yes.
truly behind for these stocks. So one can pick up as per their risk appetite and the time horizon. I don't want to be very stock specific at this point of time. Pick up any stock from the banking and financial services, NBFCs. Pyramid enterprises, one can look at the stock had a strong consolidation, and they are building up a housing finance brand and a retail NBFC brand is concerned. So this stock looks very interesting to me at this point of time. Since you asked stock specific question also, so that is the reason. Okay, the Pyramid Enterprises is the stock to look at this point of time. And also in the banking, if the investor have a high risk appetite, look for banks like CSB Bank. It looks very attractive in terms of the valuations are concerned. Otherwise, uh, if the investors have a very less risk appetite, one can look forward for the large cap banks. It can be ICICI, Axis, or HDFC Bank, or in the PSU space is concerned, it can be Canara Bank and State Bank of India. These are the stock specific movements one can observe.
Fair point. Okay, Mr. Badini, well then, thank you so much for being with us on the show today, guiding all our
Thank
viewers
you,
with
Sakshi.
their questions and insights as well. Always a pleasure to host you with us, and looking forward to having you on another edition of Daily Calls soon as well. With that,
Thank you.
viewers, we wrap up today's edition of Daily Calls, 24,179. It's been going pretty strong up until the first half is over. We now have 2.5 hours remaining for the markets to shut shop. But let's hope that this continues to be a strong day of gains throughout. And let's hope that this builds on throughout the course of this new week. And now all the truncated action is over. We have a one full week of trade now going on for this week. So let's hope that things continue to be on the positive side. With that, viewers, we wrap up. But do stay tuned on Business Today Television. Lots more for you to track on the markets front on the other side.